Well, hey, please listen, and I may have answer for a question that you may have had since the day you believed that you first believed. And that's found in Matthew chapter 5, my friends, verse 20. The Messiah says, after telling people in verse 17 that he didn't come to abolish the law or the prophets, but to keep all of those that applied to him perfectly, to fulfill those laws. However, in verse 20, Messiah says that if your righteousness does not exceed the righteousness of the scribes and the Pharisees, you will by no means enter into that kingdom. And it's horrible to have that question over one's head all the day long, every day of their life, not knowing whether they're above or below that righteousness. Righteousness, of course, is Deuteronomy 6, verse 25. It'll be righteousness for you if you keep our Father's commandments. So let's take a quick test, my friends, to see if your righteousness exceeds or is like the Pharisees. These are all yes or no questions. Should be pretty quick, and I think it'll be fun since today, starting at sunset, on October 11th, Saturday, began the last great day of the Feast of Tabernacles. So this should be really fun, don't you think? So let's get a piece of paper, write down 1 through 13 on a piece of paper. When you get to 6, draw a slash or a line under it, or do a separate column starting with 7 going down to 13. Are you ready for the questions? You might want to say a prayer first. Be honest, and you may be amazed at the results, my friends. Starting with question 1. Do you eat or drink blood? Simple, right? Yes or no? Well, that was about 1 minute and 38 seconds of a spoiler alert for the new full-length video just posted that I hope I've got in the description, the link for the new video. That's actually about 31 minutes long. However, that first 1 minute and 38 seconds probably felt like a minute, so the time you spend there, if you do, will be well worth your while, my friends. The answer that be nagging you day and night, if you are truly concerned about your salvation, is whether your righteousness does exceed that of the scribes and Pharisees, or if it's even talking to you about you or not. I hope you'll take the time to give it a view. Time's getting short. Last few days of the feast, I was feeling mighty bad. I didn't realize for around 2 days that my copper bracelets had come off my wrist somehow while I was asleep, as well as my chain that I wear too. And you can see the chain, I can't get it on there, and yet this is how I found my chain still buckled. And I brought videos on the benefits of copper before, but I'll tell you, my friends, after I lost these, it was sort of like Samson having his hair cut. Prove all things, my friends. Study to show yourselves approved. Know that you're loved, prayed for always. Bye.